The final slides in this module of the refresher course outline some of the primary areas already changing and give you some indication of what to expect for the future. 50 years ago, aviation and space came together in the hardware used for the X-1 rocket plane. That hardware was developed into the X-15, and major advances were made in hypersonic flight above the speed of sound. When manned rockets came into the picture, aviation design went in one direction and rocket design went another. But they're beginning to come back together again as rocket planes like Spaceship One that flew to space in 2004 have begun to appear in the business. There are many changes similar to those listed on this first chart, but three deserve special mention here. The introduction of passenger flight into space, expected to take place late next year or in early 2009, will change forever how we treat spaceflight and all aspects of the technical work, including the qualifications for the technicians. Spaceship One and Bigelow Aerospace are examples of where aerospace is headed. The SpaceTEC certification is designed to help pave the way for understanding the minimum qualifications and skills required to work on the hardware that will fly passengers someday. The second development has to do with placing spacecraft into Earth orbit or beyond and finding ways to take people there routinely. While private industry is working to find new ways to make money in space, NASA has opened a whole new approach to exploration, using shuttle-derived hardware and a redesign of the Apollo lunar landing system to fashion a crew exploration vehicle, or CEV, now called Orion, and a heavy lift vehicle called Ares, or HLV, to get us back to the moon. The military space commands are working on unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and shared airspace to accommodate what people in aviation are calling very light jets, VLJs, that will be cheap enough to make them available to anyone who can afford a high-end SUV. Thousands of VLJs are expected to be flying horizontally, while more and more rockets are taking off vertically to take the paying public for rides into space. Unless someone like the FAA does a great job of controlling the airspaces of the world, we face unprecedented traffic jams and dangerous conflicts when these two kinds of flights occur in the same place at the same time. Yikes! One amazing new initiative is being funded by Bigelow Aerospace, a company based in Texas and headed by a man who made his fortune in hotels on Earth. Bigelow Aerospace is building and flying inflatable modules that leave Earth folded down into a low-profile bundle that is rocketed into orbit and inflated using a breathable atmosphere so that people can someday take their vacations in hotels on orbit. It might sound like science fiction, but Genesis 1, a 30% scale model, flew last year and is in orbit right now. Genesis 2 is getting ready to launch this year to make the second step in this amazing process a reality. Flying public paying passengers to space and hosting them in private hotels is a long way from the Cold War days when weapon systems dominated the industry. Two final thoughts as you move on to the other modules in your quest to become certified aerospace technicians. A fellow named Gunter Wendt, known to us as the Pad Fuhrer, oversaw the closeout crew activities for every manned flight up until the space shuttle. He wrote a book called The Unbroken Chain, in which he describes technicians as vital links in the huge chain of experts required to fly successfully into space and return safely to Earth. His prologue is contained in the reference materials for this module, and I commend it to your reading. It'll make you feel good about what you do, and it will confirm for you the importance of making the effort to improve yourself through studies like these. Finally, I hope you can understand that the aerospace workforce of the past has a great deal of information to pass along to those who will be the aerospace workforce of the future. I hope this introduction has made you curious about what will happen next and excited about being a part of this wonderful business. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this module, and good luck as you prepare to sit for the certification exam. Best wishes for every success in your aerospace future.